Hi, this is Jim Mann with Home South Southern Cooking, and I'm so excited to come into your house today. And we'll bring you a Mexican favorite treat, Buñuelos, okay? They are a treat that they make here in Mexico for the holidays, and the kids like them. And I've got to watch because I've got one cooking right now. But this is what they look like when they're finished. And I'm going to show you how to make them. They are so simple. It's really only 2 ingredients. And then I've got them frying over here. I'm watching this one to get golden brown on the other side. But I wanted to show you the process a little bit, but then we're going to start from scratch, and I'm going to show you how to make these. Okay, as you can see, I have been working here this morning already. I've got my bowl, and I'm going to put, maybe a cup of flour in here. Just, because I'll make just a couple, okay? A cup of flour. And then I'm going to add, I don't know how much water. First of all, sorry. I'm going to add just like a teaspoon of salt, okay? I'm going to stir that up a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to watch this and make sure that this one is not overcooking, okay? I'm going to add a teaspoon of water to this and mix this all up. I want this to get to a sticky consistency. I might have need to add a little bit more flour here. I want to bring in everything off the sides, mix it all together so it'll start coming together. And now I'm going to actually get in there myself. I'm going to powder my hands, powder this. I'm going to roll it around in my flour, and it's a sticky consistency. Okay, as you can see, it's still sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this there, and I'm going to cover these for about 5 minutes. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to go back over to my oven over here, to my stove, and get this one out of the grease. Yes, this is perfect. Now what I've done is I've got a pan set up here. I've got a drain pan. This has a hole in it. It's a colander. It has a hole in it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to set this up long ways so all the grease and everything can drain down into the bottom. Okay, let my flour set for about 3 minutes more, and I'll come back and we'll make one from scratch. Covered my dough, and I'm going to pull off a piece about the size of a lime, okay? And the whole secret here is make sure that everything is floured. Make a little disc first and put it down. Put a bit of flour on my rolling pin. I'm going to start rolling this out. And turning this over. Making sure that you're constantly turning it over as you go, because you don't want it to stick. But you have to realize that all we use is flour and water and just a tiny bit of salt. So it's so simple to make. And if you try one of these, the street vendors sell these all the time on the street here, and they usually just put sugar on them, but you could put sugar and cinnamon on them if you wanted to, whatever you want to put on them. And they don't have to be in a particular shape. That's the neat thing about them. Each one's unique. Each one's different. Okay, after you get it a certain thinness, you want to take it on your hand like a pizza, and you'll find out around the edges is where it's the thickest. So you just want to pull this around the edges. Pull it down. So you make sure that it's just as thin on the outside as it is in the inside. And if it tears a little bit, that's no problem. Okay, I've got my Buñuelo ready. I'm going to take it over here. I've got some hot grease. And we'll take it, and I'm just going to actually lay it out in the grease. And it will start bubbling up and boiling. In the meantime, while it's doing that, I'm going to take this one that we just made, and I'm going to take sugar. Just coat it with sugar. Better really do it with your hands than. And there's another one made, okay? Now we'll go back over here, and this is beginning to fry. I'm gonna let it get good and brown on one side, then I'm gonna show you how brown that is, and then we'll come right back. Okay, this is about halfway done, so I'm gonna turn it over to the other side and push it down to oil so it gets nice and brown. When it gets nice and brown, I will come back and take it out and show it to you. Okay, as you can see, this Buñuelo is nice and crispy brown. I'll put it in there to drain. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it one more time. I'm going to take some flour in my hands. It's very simple. Remember, we just have flour, a pinch of salt, and some water. I'm going to pull off a piece about the size of a lemon. Make sure I have plenty of flour on my hand. Press it down some, put some flour on each side, put some flour on my rolling pin, and I'm going to start rolling it out. You're constantly flipping it. I tell you, if you try these, you'll be amazed. Let me tell you a neat secret too. If you want to surprise somebody for a Sunday breakfast, take these, make these, drizzle some honey over them, and put some fresh fruit on top of them. These are really crunchy. They'd be amazing with like some fresh strawberries and blueberries on top of these, with some natural honey on it. They would be incredible. But they eat them just like this, or you can, and some people add cinnamon to it. So, okay, I'm going to take it up now, flip it in my hand, and this is where I'm going to start pulling the edges. And you can see as I'm actually stretching these edges out. It's a very pliable dough, so you're not going to rip it. If it does, a hole come in it, it's no big deal. So, but you want to pull all the edges out. You see, I'm pulling that way down. Okay, now I'm going to take it and put it in my oil. And it's sizzling up right away. I'm going to put one more, this one we just did. I'm going to put some sugar on it. And that, my friends, is your Mexican treat. And I want you to see this, they're really crispy. If I break this off, they're really crispy. Really crispy, and they're really, really good. So this is something from Mexico that you can make, so simple. I know you have the ingredients in your house, flour, salt, and water. Till next time, this is Jim. Follow me on Facebook and find me on YouTube and subscribe to me. I'll be bringing you many more interesting things like this. But this is one that, you know, it's a flavor of Mexico. It's a favorite here. Like I said, try it for breakfast with fruit on it and honey. Until next time, to all of my family out there, all of you, I appreciate your support. This is Jim in Mexico saying adios and God bless.